Hi, Andy XL back with my daily FIFA 2026 World Cup podcast. Day 20 now, and on day 19, Brazil had a close escape. Morocco upset the Netherlands, and the Germans lost a penalty shootout. Who would have thought it to Paraguay? Paraguay caused the first shock at the round of 32. Three games today on day 20 to keep us going. Ivory Coast versus Norway is the first up. This is an intriguing matchup between two teams not seen as the best on their respective continents, but both being capable of pulling off a shock win or two in this tournament. Norway will be favourites to win this one, having rested their entire starting lineup for the last group game against France. We really only have two matches to judge their tournament form on. They easily won their opening game 4-1 against Iraq, and followed that up with a 3-2 win over a youthful Senegal team. That game was a fairly even contest, but star man Erling Haaland was the difference maker, and the Norsemen will be delighted to see their top man in top form with 4 tournament goals to his name in just 2 games. They were a perfect 8 for 8 in qualification, including home and away wins over Italy. In that group, they scored 37 and conceded just 5, but 16 of the goals they scored came against Moldova. So attack, not defence, is their best path to success as we go into the knockout stages of this World Cup. The Ivory Coast nicked a late winner against Ecuador to open their campaign in what was a very even contest. Then they conceded a late goal to lose to Germany, but could easily have got a draw there, but were then underwhelming in their 2-0 defeat of Curacao. Egypt beat them in the quarterfinals of AFCON earlier this year, and in qualification for this tournament, they only finished a point clear of Gabon despite going unbeaten. I think they have the look of a team who actually plays better against better teams, as it opens up the game for them rather than them having to make the play. They have a useful scoring record and some exciting young players up front. With Norway being a team that will look to get goals in this game rather than rely on defence, we could see goals aplenty here. And I'm going to take Norway to win this just by 3 goals to 2 in 90 minutes and go through to face Brazil in the last 16. The middle game tonight is France versus Sweden. So tournament favourites France against a Swedish side capable of making life tricky for them. France have a superb squad, especially in terms of attacking talent, and scoring goals is not going to be an issue for them in many games, and it should not be in this game for sure. The French have scored 35 goals in their last 13 games, so have scored in nearly 3 goals a game. Sweden have not kept a clean sheet in their last 14, conceding 30 goals in those games at over 2 goals a game. But the French do have defensive frailties, as they have kept just 4 clean sheets in their last 13 games and only 1 in their last 8. Sweden have scored in each of their last 9 games, totalling 18 goals in those games at 2 a game. So this could well be another high-scoring affair. But Sweden have been able to put good wins on the board against second level or below opponents. But when they come up against better quality teams, they struggle to get the better of them. I have to fancy France here, but as I say, this could be a high scoring thriller. So I'm going to say France to win 4-2 is my call, as the goals keep raining in on this day. And the path forward is now clearer and nicer for France if they do win this game, as they will face Paraguay, not Germany, in the last 16 after that shock result yesterday. And that could put us on course for a France-Morocco quarter-final now. So the final game tonight is Mexico versus Ecuador. Mexico get to host Ecuador at the Azteca, and the Mexicans have a tremendous record there and come to this game having not conceded a goal in the tournament and just 2 goals in their 11 games this calendar year. But Ecuador too have a formidable defence, only conceding a single goal to Germany in the group phase and a remarkable total of just 5 in 8 qualification games. Ecuador have also had issues scoring goals, just 14 in 11 qualifiers. So their lack of goals and the record of the Mexican defence indicate a goal in this game would be an achievement for Ecuador, but more than that seems highly unlikely. And the Mexicans' record at the Azteca and the fact they have scored 21 goals in those 11 games makes you think this could be a comfortable 2-0 win for the co-hosts. But 12 of those goals came in games against Iceland and Serbia in friendlies and the Czech Republic in their last group game. That was a game where the Czechs had to go for the win in the second half and left themselves open at the back. So in the other 8 games, they barely averaged a goal a game. So I think this is going to be a tight contest with defences well on top, in contrast to the first two games of the night, where a single mistake could be oh so costly. On balance, though, with that huge home advantage, I'm going to take the Mexicans to win this in normal time by a single goal to nil. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 0-0 draw and we went to extra time. But I still think the Mexicans will find a way to get through. So that's day 20 looked at. I'll be back tomorrow to have a look at day 21. See you soon.